States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The next item is approval of the agenda of one addition. Under number 1, I'd like to add under C, Dr. Skalka, East China Superintendent.
Okay.
Could you spell the pepper?
Skalka.
Thank you.
Well, not if
Does anyone else have anything they'd like to add or change on the agenda?
if there's no other modification, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Support.
Moved and supported to approve the agenda as amended. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion carries. The next item is approval of the minutes for the meeting of August 9th.
I make a motion that the minutes be approved as presented.
I'll support that.
Moved and supported to approve the minutes as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion carries. The next item is the financial report.
We began the month with $219,043.93. We took in receipts of $24,594.42 and made disbursements of $94,437.41, leaving us with an ending balance in the general fund of $149,200.94.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the financial report as submitted.
I'll support that.
Moved and supported to approve the financial report as submitted. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion carries. Moving on, under correspondence, item A, Richmond Chamber of Commerce, and we have their representative, Barb Shuttlesworth, is here, and she wants to give us a little presentation.
Give us the proper spelling of your last name.
Yes, Shuttleworth.
Geez, I spelled it right.
Shuttleworth?
Yep, Shuttleworth. Okay. Well, thank you for having the Richmond Chamber at your meeting today. I wanted to invite Casco Township to join in on our Welcome Basket program. This has been going on at the Richmond Chamber for several years. And it's just a nice way for the businesses, the members, chamber members. They provide us with a coupon or an item or just something when the new residents move in. This is a great way to let new people know what's available in their area, or something they may or may not know that we've had. We would like to invite Casco Township, if you have information or anything that you want to put in here. And what we would do is we would ask that you provide us with a monthly list of new residents, and we would mail them out a letter with a little coupon that they could bring into the township to redeem their basket. Okay? So we hope that you'll be able to join us in this, and together we can all make a difference. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah, we thank you very
Yeah,
much.
very nice.
You can put in Bill's newsletter and a bag of gravel.
Township newsletter. I guess my only question would be, how many, I know we've been sending you the names
Yeah.
for some time. How many baskets would you have at one time here? Would you bring 6 at a time or more than that?
Whatever you want. If you want 2, if you want 10, whatever you want. We
Well,
can-
this week, we want a low number because our offices are all torn down.
Absolutely. Yeah, you just let us know when you're ready for more. Or We definitely will be flexible and work to whatever you can accommodate. That's
Oh,
fine.
we appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone on the board has an objection to that.
It's nice.
So I guess if we want the newsletter in there, we give it to you and you stuff it in
Yes,
there?
yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, we'll get you some.
Is it the
Okay.
same newsletter that we send with the tax though?
Yeah.
Yeah, we only do one a year.
Okay, yeah.
And we'll get them to you, and then you can bring out, I don't know, we should have room for a half dozen
Okay,
to
definitely.
start with.
Okay.
and we'll see how it goes.
Sure.
News moves kind of slow here in Casco Township, that's how
They
we
do
need to
in
plan
my office.
a year.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, I know, but
Linda said
there
it.
could be cookies in there.
You can't open them up.
There is chocolate.
No, there'll be room. We'll make it.
Okay, so thank you for coming by.
Yes,
I
thank you.
appreciate it. Uh-oh,
That's,
excuse me.
That's Daniel.
that's a snap.
It might be Dan.
No,
No.
You know,
somebody
Dan.
else. Okay, sorry for that, I didn't turn the phone on. Okay, moving on. Item B, we received an invitation from our insurance carrier, Nickel and Saff. They're gonna be hosting a seminar
Here we
for
go.
municipalities. It's going to be held on, closest one would be the 29th
It's,
in Clinton Township on
I
Grand
mean,
Avenue.
Seminole.
Yeah, we got your call, but we didn't get back to you.
Oh, good.
Well, wait a second. Well, the insurance thing, under B.
We're on B.
Anyway, we received an invitation from Nickel Sapp to attend the vendor insurance thing for municipalities, the 29th of September on Gratiot Avenue in Clinton Township. If anyone is interested, it'd be a good thing. We can have 2 people attend.
What is it about? What are they gonna talk about?
Just insurance for your township or city, and other than that, if you got questions,
I think it'd be good for the full-time, I mean, a couple of you on the full-time staff to go know about some of them.
Do you have any questions you wanna take in?
I don't know, there's they list 4 things: additional insured, hold harmless, primary and non-contributory, plus
Plus
more.
burning their own questions.
I think this is tailor-made for the supervisor, don't you?
I think so too.
Clerk-
Probably the
I
treasurer
knew
as
you were
well.
gonna say the
the
clerk.
clerk. Anyway, if anybody wants to go, let me know before the deadline is
I
the
could probably go.
RSVP deadline is the 23rd.
Okay. I might go.
Good,
Okay,
I think it'd be good for you.
Okay.
Not too bad.
It's free.
You too, huh?
They're gonna feed you for free, so.
Yeah.
So Patty's going,
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
well, we'll get together before the deadline and
Yeah.
see
Bill
what's,
going?
I don't know, I'll see what's happening that week.
Okay.
Okay, moving on, item C, we have Dr. Skalka here from East China School District, the superintendent, and he wants to fill us full of knowledge. Okay, happy to have you.
Thank you so much, Supervisor Romanowski. Again, I am Steve Skalka. I'm the superintendent of the East China School District. And on Tuesday, November 8th, the school district will have a proposal on the ballot to approve the 19 mil non-homestead levy, operating millage, excuse me. The proposal will not impact taxes on residential property, as it applies only to commercial, industrial, and second homes. For those people who do own second homes in the school district or any commercial or industrial property, this is a renewal, it is not an increase. And in order to receive our full state funding, we by law are required to levy the 18 mil non-homestead rate. Since Proposal A passed in 1994, district voters have approved this non-homestead millage to apply, again, not to people's residencies, their primary residencies, but commercial, industrial, and second homes. The non-homestead millage makes up $14 million of our $30 million budget, or approximately 1/3 of the budget. That is for operating purposes, and without that, without the non-homestead renewal, that would be monies that would be lost and severely affecting programming. There is no way other than through the non-homestead levy to acquire these funds. The state of Michigan does not replace or backfill these funds if the levy is not passed. Again, primary household owners are not affected by this millage, but they are asked to vote on it. So in summary, the non-homestead millage is assessed against businesses and second homes, not primary residences. Though this is the case, all East China School District voters may vote on the proposal. The money accounts for $14 million of our operating budget that directly supports students in the classroom and programs such as the arts, academics, and athletics. The money is used to operate the district. The money cannot be replaced by any other funding sources. And to receive full state funding, the district is required to levy the full 18 mills. The request is for 19 mills, and that is to guard against a Headley rollback, which I know that you folks are familiar with being a governmental entity. We have been notified that we are subject to a Headley rollback for this coming year, and therefore we would be required to have an election every time that happens in order to get ourselves back up to the 18 mills. And rather than doing that, again, we are asking our voters to approve 19, because we would subtract the Headley amount, the rollback amount from the 19. That would be greater than 18, and we are statutorily prevented from levying more than 18, but voters can approve more than 18. This we believe is fiscally responsible, because it means we will not have to have future elections as potentially more Headley rollbacks occur. As those responsible for overseeing the operation of Casco Township, I know you understand the negative impact of the loss of revenue at any time that occurs. Therefore, on behalf of the East China School District Board of Education, I'm requesting that you as a township pass a motion or a resolution considering supporting this effort in the East China School District, so as that we may continue to provide quality academic, athletic, and arts programs for the Casco students who attend the East China School District and all of our students. I thank you very much for your time, and should you have any questions, I'd be willing to answer them.
I'd just like to mention that this isn't just East China. Every school district has the same situation. It just so happens that East China's non-homestead is up at this time.
Correct.
In a year or two or four, it'll be Anchor Bay, it'll be Richmond. It's the same with every school district. It's just a matter of when the term of the approved millage runs out.
Correct. And it is not, though unique for the East China School District to ask for voters to approve more than 18, is not unique for the area. New Haven has 21 voter-approved mills, so they have a nice cushion should they end up with any kind of a Headley rollback into the future. Again, I can't say it enough. If you own a home, you don't pay it, and if you own a business, we cannot levy more than 18 regardless of what's approved.
Very good.
I know in the August election, I think there was several in Macomb County where they had the 19 mills. So, but Headley is affecting us this year too. It did last year.
When you say Headley rollback, could you explain that a little bit?
Absolutely. Whenever property taxes, or property values, excuse me, whenever property values increase at a rate of 5% or inflation, whichever is less,
Okay.
then a Headley rollback comes into effect. So let's say that the rate of inflation was 2%, and property values within your jurisdiction, your governmental jurisdiction, went up to 2.5%, right? Then the rollback would come into play, and what it would do is it would reduce whatever your voted levy is for properties, so as to again keep taxes for homeowners and businesses hopefully growing, but growing at a reduced rate. And there was a time at which, of course, prior to Proposal A, when if property values were going up 7, 8, 9%, you would be hit by that entire amount. And that's kind of Headley got put into place to kind of guard against that. The problem for school districts, though, is that we have two competing laws. We have Headley on one hand, and we have Proposal A on the other hand. So Headley says, we're going to roll back the 18 mills if your property values are increasing at a rate greater than inflation or 5%, which is a very positive thing, because that means your homes are getting more valuable, right? But at the same time, Proposal A says you have to levy the 18 mills or you will not get full state funding. So if you get the rollback, and you have to, and it rolls back the rate at which the law says you have to assess, then you end up having to go back to the voters every time to get it back up to that 18. And so by going for 19, or as Richmond did 21, we not only are taking care of the rollback we are now facing, but hopefully any future rollback without having to do additional elections.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
And I know you appreciate not
We
having
don't
more
want
elections.
more elections, do we? No, we don't.
Very good.
No.
Again,
Okay.
thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
More than welcome to stay, but
Or you can
we
go.
have things to do.
Thank you.
You may go.
It's like after the
So
athletic
can you,
awards,
Barb?
right now
Thank
escape.
It was nice to meet all of you.
Thank you. Thanks so much for your work with this.
Yes.
That's really appreciated.
Thank you, we look forward to
We'll,
working with you.
we'll get those newsletters to you,
Okay,
and then you, whenever you want, you can bring the.
sure, I'll give you a call and we'll drop
Well,
them.
we've done.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful, thank you.
We've done it and that will come. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Old business, item A, the ORV ordinance. After the last meeting, the board said they felt confident to stick with what we did 2 years ago. I did contact our county commissioner, Mr. Rushing, told him that. And tomorrow, I'm going to email all the county commissioners and express our opinion. I got a feeling, just from talking to him, I think it's probably gonna pass countywide. Because last time, I don't think it would have, and that's why they pulled it off before the vote. Our representative says whatever the majority of his townships want, that's the way he votes, whether he likes it or not. And he had not heard definitely from Columbus, but he said we were the only one that was still against it. So, we'll see. Now, the public hearing is 6 o'clock on Thursday, the 15th, at the Yale City offices. If anybody's interested, they're certainly welcome to attend. And that's about it. I just put it on to update you, basically, that tomorrow we'll be emailing everybody and telling them
Public hearing?
the county public hearing, because they're holding their county commissioners meeting in Yale this month at 6 o'clock on the 15th at the Yale municipal offices.
It's Thursday night, right?
Yep. So I just put it on, just give you a little update of where we stand and what's going on.
There'll be a lively meeting.
Oh, well, no, because everybody's for us, except us.
I don't know.
Remember, we thought everybody would be for the trash pickup if we assess them, look at that
I
lively
don't think
meeting.
everybody's for it. I think the people who are for it, you know, are very out there and adamant.
Right.
I would just like to know where the funding is going to come for the enforcement of this ordinance,
Yeah,
you know?
Well,
So,
they run the roads anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
They
then
don't
they
enforce
really
it.
do.
yeah, but it's gonna be more accepted, kids will be going down than.
Well, the thing about it is, with this
Yeah.
ordinance, you've got an age limit, they can't be over 12, or they can't be under 12, and they can't be this. Who enforces that,
Right.
you know? And I think the only thing that anybody objects to is when you have one person, no matter what the age is, on that vehicle for hours at a time, annoying the rest of the neighborhood. And other than that, nobody complains anyway. So, we'll hope for the best.
No, I just think it's gonna make it more acceptable, and like you said, kids will be going on the
Well,
road.
you know, and there goes more of our gravel.
Yeah, like it's some tragedy happening.
Well, I hope not.
Yeah, hope
No,
not
I
either.
certainly
Who's
hope not.
responsible if someone gets previously injured on a township road?
Well, just like
I
a
don't
car.
think.
We're not liable.
We're not liable
We're not
for
liable.
that, no.
No.
And when you talk about road conditions, well, road conditions vary in the township depending on the gravel haul and the weather. So, but that's a personal thing, that, you know, that happens to people on motorcycles or
Right.
anything else. We're not liable for that.
No, we're not.
All we can try to do is make the road always passable, you know? I don't wish anybody ill on that, I just,
Just hope they keep
And
a
you know what,
comment.
and I haven't, in our road, at my end anyway, it's not been abused this summer. It's
Mine
not
hasn't
been.
either. Mine never is actually down over by me.
Okay, moving on. New business, item A, planning commission alternate. I put in the update kind of the reason that I'm doing this, and years ago, we used to put an alternate on the ZBA when they had a lot of cases a year, and then they would move up from there to the planning commission, but the ZBA may only get one case a year. And when we had the alternate previously, we only paid them $10, which I really didn't agree with,
I agree.
because they were supposed to do everything the regular member did, come to the meeting and everything, and then they only get paid $10. So the regular rate for the planning commission is $30 a meeting, and that's why I put it on the agenda, because the board should have action, because it does deal with money.
Right.
So I've contacted 4 people so far about being an alternate, and they're all supposed to get back to me. And so I would like the board approval to appoint an alternate and reimburse them at $30 a meeting.
I make a motion to give the supervisor the authority to appoint a planning commission alternate and to pay him, I'm sorry, how many?
$30.
$30.
$30 per meeting.
But if I appoint somebody, I'll have it on the board agenda for next month, and the board can approve that person.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, it's not gonna just be me. The board will have the consideration.
Sure.
I support that.
Okay, moved and supported to approve a planning commission alternate and reimburse them at $30 a meeting. Is there any discussion? Do I have a roll call vote, please?
Okay. Dan?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Pat, yes. Bill?
Aye.
And Colleen?
Yes.
Okay, moving on. Item 3B, resolution 2016-05, matching road funds. I tried to outline in the update exactly, what our options are, and it would really be probably a good deal, except the Meldon drain's lurking behind us. So we do have some options that I kind of outlined. We could do nothing. I kind of explained that the ditching we had approved for this year is gonna be held over until next year. So we could do nothing, and we'd still have that ditching to deal with. And we have to do that, because otherwise, if we don't, we're gonna pay the engineering, which is $9,000. And if we do, we don't pay the $9,000. We can approve the paving and the road. If you drive through there, the road does need it. I had Mr. Hazelton from the road commission drive it. He agreed it was too rough to chip seal, and the shoulder is not great. It would cost us, his estimate is $50,000 from us and $50,000 from them. So that's another option. We could apply again for ditching money, for ditches to be determined, the same as we did this year. I don't know if we get it, because we got it last year. And we do have that other ditching coming up. So I guess my recommendation is, even though, it's $50,000, sooner or later, we're gonna have to fix it. If I can put $5,000 a year in patch in the shoulder, and it's still rough. Or you can put 2 inches of asphalt, which would pretty much settle it. So my recommendation would be to go with the, approve the resolution 2016-05, and that would be for paving of St. Clair Road.
Okay, I make a motion to approve, the $50,000, resolution 2016-05,
Mhm.
or to adopt, excuse me, to adopt resolution 2016, of the $50,000 for the matching funds to repave St. Clair Highway between I-94 and Palms Road.
Support.
Okay, moved and supported. Is there any discussion? We'll have a roll call vote, please.
Colleen?
Yes.
Bill?
Aye.
Pat, yes. Joe?
Yes?
And Dan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Moving on. At the last planning commission meeting, This has been, and Joe can kick in anytime he wants, it's been a perennial thing with Adair. Because of the way the buildings are situated in the town, it does not correspond to most of our setbacks and other things in the township. Mr. Arroyo proposed doing something a couple years ago, but what he kind of proposed wasn't really favorable. Mr. Casson is really, he was at the last meeting, he's probably gonna be doing most of our meetings now. Seems like a very good guy. He did come up with this, but Adair is so unique that I don't know that you're not gonna cause more problems than you're gonna cure right now, because nothing's gonna fit, I mean, as far as businesses. We do have language in our current ordinance that you, if the building's next to you or close to the road, you could build close to the road. So the setback from the road is not a problem if it fits in with the neighboring properties. I don't know that there's gonna be much commercial development in Adair. So I guess for right now, I'd say just put it on hold. If the planning commission, because we have 90 days, if the planning commission comes back strongly, we could look at it again. They can give us their reasons why they would, what they would want to see done in it.
Are there enough problems with citing buildings in Adair that we can't handle them on the case-by-case basis as they go forward? I mean,
Well,
that
or
would be
does it
deep in-
require some sweeping solution? Because I don't remember that there've been, what, 3 or 4 in the whole
Well,
time I've been
there
around?
hasn't been many, but
Yeah.
yeah, but we did have to give a bunch of variances.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I don't know if you're gonna get away from that because the buildings are so close together. It would depend what they wanted to do. When we get to a point where we redo the master plan and enlarge the business to encompass like Ackett's and stuff, then you might wanna look at something like that. But at this time, I'd just like to send it back to the planning commission if they can give us an outline of what they think they wanna get done, and if it's worth doing, then we can act on it.
My feeling is that it's sort of premature to do that because there just isn't a lot of problem there that we can't resolve other ways. I mean, you know, there's not a lot happening that we can't take it case by case.
But would it entice more people to move into that area if we already had it set up and they
Well,
could
there's-
do it?
In the business zone, which is kind of what we're talking about, there's not much vacant property.
Okay,
There's, right downtown there is, but those lots are so small,
that,
even, because the guy that owns it, we talked to him, and what he wanted to do, by the time he met the setbacks for the type of activity he wanted, he could have had about enough space to put that chair in.
oh,
Okay, because our current ordinance calls for berms, it calls for plantings, it calls for screenings. And it's such a small parcel that it doesn't leave you anything.
yeah.
So, I don't see a lot of activity, but I guess if we get to that point, and it seems like it's worthwhile,
It's necessary.
or if the planning commission can convince us that it's worth doing, we can reconsider.
I know Rod seemed at one time to have some vision of what Adair should be.
Well, he wanted
In the
walkways,
distant future,
Right.
and
He was
I'm
gonna-
not sure that future is pretty distant still.
well, he was gonna tell you what your windows had to look like, and I
Yeah.
said,
No.
Exactly.
you don't
No.
know, you don't know Adair.
You don't know Adair.
Let's see. Yeah, we'll look at it. We'll toss around some ideas. Maybe there's some stuff to, if someone to put in, maybe like with the berms or that, in that area, it could be, there could be some, there could be
Changes.
some, yeah, changes, so they don't have to get a boatload of, variances.
Right.
Like, you know, like Waltz, they put that modified drive, it's a thriving business down there. I go down there all the time,
Yeah,
so, yeah, so,
we like our little businesses down there.
yeah.
We do. Unfortunately, you know, he's got parking for 8 cars and
He's
he's
got
got 80.
So the 80, yeah,
But in the back is his drainage field and his retention pond.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he
No, he did
doesn't,
everything he was supposed to do.
yeah, no. And it's not a safety hazard either, it's always, in the bar a lot of times, let them park overflow, like at least during the week there,
yeah,
so.
Yeah.
okay, so do you
Okay,
need
we'll
a
just,
motion or
no,
we'll
we'll just leave it.
Just
Well,
put
leave
it,
right
it
now.
the No,
No.
No action taken.
no action.
No action taken.
We're not gonna do anything.
yeah.
Okay,
Sort of like my dark sky ordinance, which is gestating right now.
Yep.
Gestating.
Okay, moving on. Payment of the
They're in
bills.
real life.
Are there any questions on the bills?
Now, did your election inspectors earn every cent of what they're paid?
Yes, they do,
Okay.
and then some.
Okay,
I'll make a motion that those be paid.
I'll support that.
Moved and supported to pay the bills. Any discussion? Hearing none, on roll call vote.
Okay, Dan,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Pat, yes, Bill,
Aye.
and Colleen.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. Citizens' comments.
Well,
What?
nothing.
Well, I can touch on a couple things. Had a gentleman come in today. As you know, the bridge on 26 Mile, this side of Palms, is low rated. So what's happening, because they can't take Palms across because the bridge in A there is low rated. So they cut over and take Springborn a mile down and get back. They're really beating the heck out of Springborn.
Oh, that's
So I
that.
called and whined a little to the road commission, but it's not real receptive down
Oh, yeah,
at the road
So they
commission.
bring overloaded trucks up down Palms Road?
They're not overloaded, they're legal weight, but
They're
you can't
legal
keep them
weight.
off.
they pay taxes just like everybody else,
Yep.
more than we do.
Yeah, okay, but these are trucker, I mean, Springborn Road is not a trucking route.
No,
it's-
but
they can, if
they
they're
can
legal,
they
under
can
legal
go
weight,
on
they
it.
can go on it.
Yeah.
Unless you get in the spring.
Legal route.
So he said, there's nothing you can do, and I said, well, could we, on St. Clair Highway, we have the thing with no through trucks. So I said, could you do that? And he said, no, you can't do that unless you have a law enforcement agency in your township. I said, what if we close the road? He didn't like that either.
Same law
So he said
agency that's
he's-
watching about the four-wheelers.
He's hopeful. They're going for federal money. They should know by December if they make the fast track. So there is a slim chance they could do it the end of next year.
What, redo the bridge and make
Yeah,
it
fix
late?
26.
Okay.
He said if they do that and the bridge work constitutes closing the road, then they would fix our road up to take the traffic.
Okay,
He didn't say they pave it, he just said they fix it up, whatever that's worth. So that's all I got out of him. He got a little huffy when I
Well-
mentioned about,
What would
Yeah,
the route
help
would be
us.
down Palms Road to Springborn up to Heston and Heston? We got those brand new bridges there to
Yeah.
handle all that.
so,
Yeah.
but yeah, he didn't like my ideas closing the road, putting no through trucks. And then I said, well, gee, you ought to give us a discount on fixing the road up.
On
That got him
occasion,
going.
I'll see a state inspector waiting along St. Clair Highway there for trucks or that.
Really? They
Oh,
used to
yeah.
hide out over in summer, that's what I was, they did in
No,
summer.
on St. Clair Highway, they'll occasionally have someone pulled over. Yeah.
But he said that, the signs are up on St. Clair Highway, but if they fall down, they won't let you put them back up because you don't have a police agency to enforce it.
oh,
But yet, we're gonna have the ORV ordinance.
So,
I know, right?
Yeah, my thought precisely.
anyway, I talked to the appraiser today and he anticipates having the appraisal done by the 28th of this month. So, we'll see what happens there. That's all I can tell you. Now, if the appraisal comes in and it looks like, it matches pretty much what he's asking for it, then I'm gonna get a hold of the Conservancy and have them start the procedure. And I would assume that the next step would probably be some type of purchase agreement with contingencies for phase one environmental probably, and obtaining money from the Michigan Natural Resources Fund. So right now, we don't have a purchase agreement. We have a right of first refusal, but the lawyer says that's not good. So I haven't pushed that. I don't know why it is negative, the lawyer said it's not good paper to print it on. And talked today, about a month ago, I talked to somebody that was doing an appraisal on the Michaels property on County Line. And today,
Go ahead.
today I got a call from Jim Dubé that he'd been approached by the attorney that there's less pendants involved on that property, and they wanted to know if they would like to get it off. So I instructed him to ask their attorney if they were gonna pay legal fees to do that.
Is that like a lien on the property?
No,
And
have they done what the last sentence was put on for?
Record that there's a legal action.
it's a record that there's a legal
Unresolved
action
legal
that's
action.
attached to the title.
Unresolved legal
And they want
action.
if you want a free and clear title, then that's a hindrance. So I told him to get a hold of their attorney and see if they would pay for the legal cost of us doing it. Because we paid enough money out in legal costs for them folks, I'm not gonna do it. And I haven't heard back, because Jim would have to pull out all the records from the West
Oh,
Pendants, and
Shit, it'll cost
then you're
them
gonna
a
have to go
fortune.
back to court and get it lifted. And,
Can you edit
so,
that?
Can you edit that?
if they want it, then they can pay for it, that's my opinion.
Yeah, because she currently owns that mile
Yeah, they don't have it for sale on Beatty, but they do on County Line.
or access of control there.
So, we'll see what happens, but, you know, I'd like to get it cleared up too, if they're gonna sell it to somebody, they could do a site plan, have a business,
Yeah.
but,
Where we,
not
she's
gonna pay
been
for it.
quiet lately, we haven't heard from her. She all,
Who? Oh, I,
Ms.
Dolores
Michael?
Michael,
well, they're selling a lot of their property around in the other townships,
really?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that business they were in is.
Oh, they got, no, but I think Dolores is quasi-retired, I think her daughter's running the show right now,
Oh, okay.
so, I have no
Maybe she-
problem if they do what they're supposed to do.
maybe her daughter has a less combative disposition.
Yeah,
I don't know about that either, but time will tell, so we'll see what's gonna happen
Yeah,
there.
that knows.
The hall's moving along, we're waiting, the tile was supposed to come in today, I have not heard if it's in or not. The minute it's in, he's gonna put it down. So,
that'd be a nice day.
yeah.
then they're gonna put the trim on, then they'll do the finished paint.
And we'll have the ribbon cutting and
I
everything.
don't know, then they gotta carpet it, put the lights up and the computer terminals on.
We're gonna need help moving
Maybe
our
we'll-
furniture
maybe
in.
we'll, pass out Halloween treats. Invite people in to see.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Well, the plan is, I think, that we're gonna have our stuff brought out of storage as soon as the building inspector says we can put it in the building.
Okay.
Doesn't have to have CO, but we gotta have his permission. And, we'll just get that off and unload it somewhere, separate what we want. And then, because it takes more than 2 men to move the fireproof files, we'll just get 2 guys for that, and then when we're really ready to move,
Sure.
then we'll get 3 or 4, whatever it takes, and then, Network's gonna move up computers and everything down there.
Sometimes when moving heavy furniture, if you have people who do it and know how to, that's
Yeah,
well worth
That's
it.
the way to do it.
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna hire busy
if-
beavers, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and they're bonded,
Right.
they know.
but I don't wanna bring 3 or 4 guys for everything,
No.
because the only stuff they need them for
No,
is
just the really
fireproof
heavy stuff. Collect it all at once, they know how to
Okay.
move it.
And we could even do that after we're moved in, so everybody knows where they wanna put everything, so they have to move
That
it
could
once.
be true.
So that's kind of the plan right now, hopefully, we'll be all moved in October for the election, that's our goal. And, Mark's been doing pretty good, there's been, except for this little snag for a couple days,
Yeah,
there's been guys working every day on something. The counter, the cabinetry is ordered, as soon as that's in, it's in actually. Then I'll come out and measure for the countertop for that. And,
Is there a sink in that conference room?
Yeah.
Okay.
and that's about it. We picked out the carpet. That'll be ordered probably this week.
Okay, sounds
And,
good.
our paint is ordered.
yeah, well, he took the color with him today, so. That's about it. That's all I have. Anybody else have anything? No?
No.
We're up to adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn?
I'll support that.
Moved and supported to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Stand adjourned.
I noticed that Richmond Good Old Days Parade, only one St. Clair
7:40.
County.